Hello, and today I'm on my local Fenland River after river carp and rudd. It's Friday the 17th of June, and as you'll know, that means it's one day after the opening. So I've got down here as soon as I can. I'm on the spot. I've been pre-rating now for 2 weeks. So that's a spot I know very well now. I also raked it, and I'll take you through those tactics a bit later. And I'm just using 2 carp rods on alarms for the carp. I'm going to take you through the rigs and baits I'm using a bit later on in the session. As you can probably see, it's not the best weather. It's been really nice weather when I've been coming down here and pre-baiting. You know, really sunny. Actually been able to see the fish feeding in the swim, it's been so nice. Although that does mean the river's been quite clear, which isn't the best conditions really. I wanted a bit more murky than this, but it's the way it goes, that's fishing. Now normally, I've never really had a very good first session of the season, and I'm not really expecting this to be any better. I mean, it's just nice to get down here really. The fishing comes second. It's just nice to be on the river again after fishing those lakes. It's just an indescribable feeling. So happy. I mean, I would have liked it to be down here on Wednesday night, but that's the way it goes. So yeah, just here today. I'm going to be float fishing for the rudd a bit later. Just with a float rod just on the side of these, just slightly downstream. It's going to be trotting down a float with a nice big lump of bread flake. Hopefully we might catch a few nice rudd. But yeah, so we're fishing now, got the bivvy up. It's meant to be some really heavy winds today and some heavy rain. Let's just hope the weather's wrong and we avoid that. Anyway, gonna get inside the bivvy now and make a cup of tea. Right, let's get fishing. Right, literally about 10 minutes into the session, I've got a carp on. I just landed a nice ruddy still in the net. So I'll be showing both together if I can get control of this fish, but it just absolutely tore off. And as you can see, there's a healthy bend in the rod. Oh, it's really going as well. He's quite a way downstream. I've just got to try and stop getting all this weed. I'll walk downstream a little. There he is, lovely mirror. Right, let's get the net on. There we go. Only 10 minutes into the session and this rod just roared off. I just got cracking river carp. Lovely mirror, just weighed in at 21 pound, or 21.5 pounds, sorry. And this is a fish that would have been my PB. Absolute cracker, just look at the length of her. And just look how much of a dark fish she is. Beautiful fish, just those lovely copper-like scales. Absolutely tore off like all river carp do. Just over the moon with that. I mean, 10 minutes into the session, I did have another little rudd. Half had to put it back, but what a cracking fish. I'm over the moon with that. Well, at least with this pre-baiting paid off, eh? Fantastic. Right, now as you can probably hear, the rain has well and truly hit. So I'm in the bivvy now, that's why I'm not filming this from outside. And yeah, as you just seen, just had a carp. Very happy with that. Only what, 10 minutes into the session, just after I've done the intro really, just absolutely took off on the right hand rod. Went right downstream, as you probably just saw from the fight. And then, yeah, all hell broke loose after that. Really went, and it's such a good feeling to get river carp, especially that mirror. What lovely scales and patterns it had, mate. Just absolutely gorgeous. Such a dark, long fish. I mean, what a contrast to the fish I was getting out, you know, in my lake recently. And to me, that fish means more than any other carp I've ever had. I mean, even though I had that 15 on the drains last year, and you know, I put a lot of sessions into it last year for that fish, although I caught it on the first session, like this one. Yeah, the drains are a much smaller river than this, and they do class as a river. That's why I haven't been fishing during close season. And on a larger river like this, the fish have miles, literally miles to swim in, you know, and there aren't going to be many in here. There aren't many carp in here. So you've got to try and pull them in through pre-baiting, raking, and trying to, you know, find a swim you think they're going to be in. So it's a lot of effort involved in catching these fish, more than just landing them and playing them, which in itself takes a lot of effort with these river carp. But yep, it definitely performed how I thought it would. Go screaming run, really ran. I mean, these fish haven't or don't get caught really. They haven't really been caught before. I'm pretty sure that one hadn't anyway. And because unlike caught fish, they don't really know what to do. They don't know to go into a weed bed. They don't really know anything like that, you know, to drop the hook. So what it just tends to do is run as far away from you as it can, and that's half the reason why river carp fight so hard, just because they think, Christ, I'm hooked, let's run. That's what they do. So it's a very interesting fight with river carp, I'll tell you that. I mean, I have caught them before in France, but this is just something special for me. You know, catching one out of a local river to you, going out pre-baiting, seeing the fish on your swim. I thought I'd end up getting a lot of bream here today, because I have seen a lot of bream feeding on the spot. As I said earlier, you know, it was very clear when I've been pre-baiting. You could see the fish, and literally loads of bream on the spot, as well as 2 common carp I saw, which was very nice. That they were well over 30 pounds. But I'm not going to complain because I haven't had a huge one. I mean, a 20 for me was my ultimate goal out the river, and I've just got it. And it's just such a beautiful fish, so much character. And just that fish was pure muscle, not an ounce of fat on it. So chuffed for that. But yeah, I'm in the bivvy now. I'm going to get out and do a bit of float fishing for the rudd, I think, once the rain calms down, which hopefully will be soon. It said patchy rain, but on the weather forecast, but it said some very heavy rain as well, and some very, very strong winds, which made me think twice about coming out tonight. But I thought, no, the first session of river season, I'm not going to miss it for the world, and I'm glad I didn't. What a great result. So I'm just enjoying my cuppa now, second one now. But yeah, fantastic, absolutely over the moon with that. So yep, I've got the target for this year, 20 pound river carp, only just coming in at 21.5, but I'm not going to complain about that, really good. Anyway, just bait it up again, because I do it after every fish. After every fish I put another couple of handfuls of boilie in, and yeah, very happy. Right, I'll see you later. Right, I know a lot of you out there are dying to know what rig I caught that fish on and what bait I used to catch it. Really simple really. The bait I'm using is just this. This is dynamite bait, chocolate molten tiger nut. Really nice smelling bait. I mean, I usually use the sauce, and I've got great confidence in the sauce, but I thought I'm going to try and break away this time, try something a bit different, and I really thought any dynamite bait would work. I mean, they're all such good baits, why wouldn't any of them work? And this, yeah, definitely proved to be a winner. I'm just fishing 15mm, I've just showed you. Baiting up with 10s and 15s. On my left hand rod I am using a snowman rig, which I'll show you in a bit, which has a 20mm on it, popped up with a 15mm boilie, just so it's neutrally buoyant. I've just cut 15mm boilie slightly, but I'll show you that a bit later. So yeah, I've also been baiting up with these. And again, as you'll know from my previous videos, I've got great faith in the stim, really good. Just some Swim Sim natural pellets, put about half a bag of those or so. And yeah, the fish are on that. Also put out the same particle I've been using for pre-baiting, because they're used to that and they're going to get on it straight away, and that proved to help. If you're wondering, the particle I've been using is just pigeon mix, pigeon conditioner. 2 types, one with the aniseed in it and one without. Just simply because of price. Put a lot of that in. I put about 20-30 kilo of that in now over the last 2 weeks, so it's definitely helped. So, and when you're river carping, that's almost essential. You have to pre-bait. I mean, you will catch them without, but it's going to be a long old slog unless you find one that the fish are holding. Even then it'll be difficult. But yeah, very happy with that carp, and I'll just sort of show you the baits. I'll take you to the rigs a bit later once I've done a bit of rudd fishing. But yeah, great stuff. Right, see you later. Right, can you believe it? I just put the float out and this absolutely cracking rudd took it. I just can't believe it. This is definitely what you would call a red letter day. This is absolutely amazing. Just weighed in at 3.8. 2 targets for the year done. Bloody great river carp and this amazing rudd. 3.8 rudd. Just what an amazing fish. Fought like hell. Just so beautiful. Just look at that. Especially a river rudd. 3.8 river rudd. What a cracking first session of the season. Amazing. Made up with this. Right. Let's put her back. Well, third fish now and first bream of the day. I knew I was going to encounter these eventually. Probably about 3 pounds. I'm just glad these are moved in after I caught the carp rather than before, because I've got a feeling these are going to eat me out of house and home and bait today. Right, let's put it back. Well, got a cracking little haul of rudd. It's just about 5 in the morning now. This is what I got to show after half an hour's work on the float. Got a lovely couple of rudd here. I should imagine the biggest one's just under £2. Won't bother weighing them, but absolutely cracking fish. Just the colours on them are just absolutely gorgeous. Oh, it's gonna fit. Just those lovely golden scales and those bright red fins. Just such beautiful fish. This is what river fishing is all about. What a cracking little haul. They're not the biggest rud I've ever had, but God, they're just so beautiful, aren't they? We've never seen a hook before as well. Amazing, isn't it? I've got another couple here. Just here. So 4 fish. Did have some smaller ones, didn't bother putting them in though. But yeah, just really great fish. So beautiful. Right, let's get these back straight away. Now, despite the swim being heavily raked during a 2-week pre-baiting stage, there's still a small amount of weed left in the swim and a small amount of algae covering the bottom. So, to minimise the chance of my hook becoming fouled in that, I've just been attaching a small PVA bag, which you can just see there, and that contains just simply the chocolate malt boilie, which I'm using on the hook, just crushed out. I'm just literally putting it out. The reason why I'm not using large bags is just simply because I'm only using it just to cover the hook point, and that also just gives a little bit of bait around my hook bait, so it's that little bit of extra attraction. So that's a very good little tip. So I'm making sure that my hook point's never fouled and that it's always sitting nice on the bottom, so when the fish is in the area it's definitely going to get hooked when it sucks it in. It's not going to have any weed or anything on it. So yeah, let's just hope we can get a fish. Now, here what I've got, just some of the pigeon mix or pigeon conditioner I've been using to pre-bait with. It's come to the end of the session now. I'm just going to chuck this bucket load in to the swim, so I'm just going to keep the bait going in for next time I arrive. It's Saturday now, so the next time I'll be down and putting bait will be on the Wednesday. So although I've fished it now and I've had the fish, I'm going to continue the pre-baiting just to keep the fish in the area. I mean, there's no point putting in bait for 2 weeks just to fish for one session. There's just no point. So I'm going to keep the bait going in. Not quite as much as I have been putting in. I won't be putting in 10-15 kilo a week anymore. That's just ridiculous. It's too expensive. I'll just be putting in, I don't know, about 2 bucketfuls a week, and that'll do me. And hopefully keep the fish interested, because the fish now know that this is a definite feeding area, and hopefully they'll continue visiting it because of the bait I'm putting in. I mean, you can see why the fish will be getting on this, really. I mean, look at it. It's got all sorts of goodies in there. There's wheat in there, which is a great fish holder. We've got some maize in there, which you know all carp love. We've got chickpeas, beans, and some hemp in the bottom there. Sunflower seed, there's literally everything in there. I mean, the fish are going to gorge on this, and it's definitely been working, as you've seen from the results. But yeah, I've had an amazing session today. I mean, over the last couple of days, it's got to be my best ever session, thinking about it. You know, 21-pound river carp and a 3-pound 8-ounce rudd. I mean, how can it get any better? The only way it could have got better is if we had a few more nice rudd, but I'm not going to complain about that, obviously. You know, it's a huge rudd, especially for a river. You know, it's just amazing. I set out this year to catch a 20-pound river carp and a 3-pound river rudd. I managed to do it within the first hour of the first session on the river. So, you know, you can't get much better than that. I mean, it's just allowed me now to sort of relax and put a bit more. And then in the oncoming sessions, because I won't stop fishing this now, I've got the targets, I'll carry on. But in the coming sessions has now allowed me to just relax and just hopefully just catch fish that come along, you know. That's what fishing's all about, just relaxing into it, rather than having to push for targets all the time, which I do enjoy doing, as you've seen. So most of my targets now have been accomplished, as you've seen from my last video, or the tench video I had, my £7 tench, which I'm very happy with. I did want to get a river 7, so I might try for that at some point. I haven't seen any tench feeding, so it's going to be a tricky one. I did want some large bream out the river as well, which I am going to try for, because I know they're in here and I've seen them feeding, so that was something I'm definitely going to try for. But yeah, most of my targets have been accomplished this year. I had a £5 chub very early on in the year, in the winter, when it was freezing cold in January. I had the £7 tench in the last video. Now I have the £20 river carp and the £3 river rudd, and there's very few more targets left to go. It's been really good year so far. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope that you've enjoyed watching the videos as well. But yeah, so got about another 10 minutes left of the session now. Going to bring down the bivvy. I've kept up to the last minute, just simply because of the heavy winds and rain we're experiencing. As the only way the session could have been better, really, if we hadn't had the rubbish weather. But that's the way it goes, you know. Most people I've been speaking to didn't fish last night just simply because of the weather, but I don't think they know what they're missing out on, if I'm honest. But there you go. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed watching this video as much as I've enjoyed making it. Anyway, I'll see you next time, and tight lines.